Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. Today I'm going to explain 2019 animation action adventure movie called Nezha. The movie starts with a rock born of fire and ice. The stone had two types of powers, good and bad. Due to the evil powers in that stone, it began to absorb all the powers of the world inside it, which was wrong for everyone. This thing is seen by the greatest magicians in the world, and they give their two men the task of capturing the stone. What would they do in front of the powerful stone? They were losing. Then the great magician has to come to capture that stone with his magic. He breaks that stone and makes two stones, out of which one stone was good, which had powers of heaven, good powers, while the other stone was evil, which had evil powers. They give both these stones to a man named Hans and say that I had given such a curse on this red band stone that after 3 years it will be break due to lightning, while the other stone I have given you is because you have to put it in the king's son. If Tenzin had done his job, he would have got a big position. Tenzin's companion gets jealous to see this. He would have done this work too. He began to hate Hans and then wanted to teach him a lesson. He reaches the king's place beforehand and steals the good stone and puts the bad stone in the queen's body, which gave birth to an evil child. Because of the evil powers, he began to spread destruction throughout the village as he was born. Tenzin was upset to see this. His master had put a responsibility on him that he could not fulfill. He makes such a necklace with his magic that this new child named Azure could control his evil powers. Now he was going to kill Mesha, but the queen saves him because whatever he was her son. Tenzin tells the queen that if we leave him alive, he will die after 3 years because a great magician has given him a curse. The king says that it is okay, I will get rid of my son's curse from him and keep him away from all these people. Now the bad man is shown, who had come to a special place in the depths of the sea with a good stone. All the dragons were imprisoned in this place. He mixes this good pearl with the dragons. Obviously, this stone had good powers, so a good boy was born because of it. Here, the king had gone to heaven to get his son's curse removed. He goes and finds out that no curse can be removed. In the human world, everyone knew about Nezha. Even small children had made strange ways to escape from Nezha, with the help of which they could kill Nezha. It was clear that everyone was afraid of Nezha, from an adult to a small child. Nezha was kept in a magical prison that was around his place. But one day, after his mother leaves, he breaks the prison and comes out of it, and starts spreading devastation throughout the city. He annoys all the people there, and Nezha listens to all the plans that the children had made to kill Nezha. And on the contrary, he tests the children with which all the children's lives were in danger. As Tenzin finds out that Nezha has come out of the magical prison and many children are in danger, he comes and saves the children's lives quickly. Tenzin sees his naughty acts and decides to teach Nezha magic, so that Nezha's attention will be diverted. Here Nezha seems a map while playing, which he touches and reaches a beautiful magical world. Here Nezha meets Tenzin, who knows his some magic through a magical brush, and with the help of this magical world, he tells him that I will teach you all this magic. He tells Nezha that magic world does not reveal anything. Magic creates an illusion. It not only gives a false trap. He had also done all this to Nezha. He tells Nezha a spell so that he can create an illusion. Nezha is trying to lose at first, but then he shows his magic and makes an illusion of animals. He turns a frog into his body and leaves it in the water, which made the queen upset. She thinks her son is dead. As Tenzin brings the body out of the water, it turns out that it was just a poisonous frog. Tenzin was surprised to see that little Nezha had made an illusion on the animals. But the work was not just that. He had to teach Nezha to fight big dragons. Nezha's mother says to her, I know you want everyone to love you, and they will love you only when you save their lives from big dragons. They will feel that they have some benefit from you. He says people think I am a dragon. On it, his father tells him a lie that you are born because of a good pearl. That's why you have so much power. People will not accept you until you do something for them. As Nezha hears this, he starts his hard work. After months of training, he kills a lot of dragons, but it is shown that this time was not for months, but only for a few days. And all the dragons that Nezha had fought were magical illusions. That is, he was fighting in his imagination. His master means Tanzan tells him that you have not only killed dragons but also killed a lot of humans. You have to kill dragons, not humans. Nezha says, okay, that's fine, but I have not killed humans yet. This whole fight was happening in my imagination. This imaginary fight was the training for his real war. The king starts taking back his magical weapon from his son, and while returning it, he steals his master Tanzan's brush and runs away from that world and comes somewhere else, where he meets a strange dragon. He wanted to fight him to show his power, but the dragon was clever. It turns into water and goes back into the water and says that no one can find me in the water. On the way, the dragon also caught a girl to eat. Nezha wanted to save the girl. He attacks it with fire, but instead of the dragon dying, the whole village was destroyed. Here enters the good boy, who was made of good pearls. As he comes here, he turns all the water into the ice, from which the dragon could not go into the water. That good boy fights the dragon and saves the little girl, which made Nezha even more furious. Nezha thinks, who become a hero? When I become a hero, I had to save this girl. In this anger, he handed over the girl to the dragon again, so that he himself fights the dragon again and gets the girl. Before he fights the bad dragon, Nezha starts fighting that good boy, and while fighting, he takes off his mask, from which Nezha realized that good boy is not a human but a dragon, as we already know that he was born from the egg of the dragon. Now that good boy also found out that this little boy is not an ordinary boy. He has some strange powers in him. Taking advantage of their fight, the second monster throws his bubble at them, due to which anything could turn into stone. Nezha, who did not know this, likes bubbles very much, and as he touches a bubble, his hand turns into stone. As he did this, the monster also ate the girl. Seeing this, the good boy uses all his strength, escaping from those bubbles, reaches it and attacks its stomach, from which the girl came out of his stomach. But because of the poison of the dragon, the good boy's whole body along with the girl had turned into stone, except for one eye. As Nezha sees this, he goes ahead to help that girl, but that bad monster had spread his dirty bubbles everywhere. Nezha was so clever, he was not going to give up. He uses the stone-made body of another man to break all the bubbles and reaches the monster. After beating it, the monster finally gave up, and the monster also gave him medicine. With it, he would cure the stone-made things. With the help of this medicine, he saved the life of the good boy. In this way, they become friends, and the dragon apologizes to him and goes back into the water, and these two boys play together a lot. Nezha also liked it very much because for the first time in his life he met someone who played with him for hours. But now it was time for the good boy to go back. Nezha was sad and he gives Nezha something that he could meet him again while ringing it. The good boy now goes to his master and his father, who was a dragon, and tells him that he has met a friend named Nezha. On it, his master starts scolding him and says that you cannot make him a friend. He is your enemy. You will have to kill him. You are born from a good pearl when he is born from a bad pearl. But he was good. He did not want to kill anyone, especially the person who saved his life. Meanwhile, the dragon says, God has imprisoned us here for thousands of years. Will you not think about us? It is shown Nezha's birthday was coming. Everyone had come to his birthday. He had also called his friend here. But before his friend comes here, the bad brother of Tanzan, who was bad magician, he tells the truth to Nezha that he is born from a bad stone and his powers are locked in that necklace that is wearing. Not only that, he was also telling him that today you will be 3 years old and will die because you have a curse on you. Hearing all this, he becomes furious and starts spreading destruction in the village. He tells his parents that I have known all the truth. He also broke his necklace with the help of the spell told by Tanzan's brother, so that he was completely transformed in a dragon. None was understanding how to handle Nezha, so Tanzan starts looking for his necklace, which was now with his bad brother, and it was shown that the evil man was standing near the good boy. He teaches the good boy that when Tenzin will kill his parents in anger, then you go there and save all the people and becomes a hero and also end Nezha. Hearing this, the good boy was upset. He tells his master that I will end Nezha, but he saved my life. Instead, give me a permission to save his parents. The master allows this, and before he says anything else, he immediately takes Nezha's necklace and goes to save his parents from him. Before Nezha ends his parents, the good boy with Tenzin gives him the necklace so that his power were imprisoned. But despite being small, he was still furious. Nezha had flown away from there, while Nezha's parents means the king and the queen were thanking the good boy. The king suspects that this good boy may have been born from a good pearl because he saw the same mark on his head as on his son's head. The king takes off his claws from his head. Everyone knows that he is a dragon. After seeing him, Tenzin also found out that his brother had stolen this stone and given it to the dragons. He tells his brother, "See, God will give you the worst punishment." And here, the bad master tells everyone, "You are all going to die." Who will tell God this? Along with it, he was now instigating his good boy. He says that you are a dragon. Humans will never accept you. You should kill him. Now he was the son of a dragon who had to save the dragons. He collects the water of the sea to kill humans and frozen it so that with the help he can destroy the whole village at the same time. On the other hand, Nezha is shown crying a lot. He was sad that no one loved him, and then the gift given by his master comes in front of him and shows him the truth that everyone loves him so much. He tells him that your curse could not be broken, but as your dad found out that someone else could take your curse, he took curse tapped on himself. That means your father will die instead of you and realizes everyone loves him. Nezha wanted to come back to his parents soon, where he finds out from his master that the good boy wants to destroy the whole village, so that no one can convey the truth to God that your good stone was stolen by his master. And he hears this, Nezha gets angry, and now we are shown the fight between Nezha and the good dragon, which was doing bad even though the dragon was good. Nezha was fighting very well on his side, but his strength was less than the other dragon because he had a stuff in his neck that reduced his strength. Then he casts the pelã of the bad magician and takes off his locket from his neck. Also uses the magic thought by his master and makes an illusion that the master of the good dragon is standing in his place. Now, how could anyone fight with their master? Nezha had also changed his weapon from that magician. Because of this, the good dragon did not understand that who is his master and who is Nezha. He starts killing his master instead of Nezha also. Nezha was also beating his master. Tenzin wanted to take all this destruction away from the city, so he flies a map in the air. Because of this, they came to the magical world. Tenzin wanted the evil magician and evil dragon to come to the real world by closing the door. And reaching the real world, they need the brush Tenzin had. There were a fight between them. During the fight, they come back to the real world where the good dragon was going to kill Nezha's parents. That Nezha had come to save them. This attack was so strong, because of it Nezha becomes unconscious. That dragon had started breaking the ice on the top of the city to destroy everyone. At that time, Nezha comes to his senses. He gathers all the powers and tries to stop the ice from falling. Then he asks the dragon, "Why are you trying to save all these people, although you are a devil?" Nezha replies that nothing happens by being born a devil. My thinking is good and I want to save people. He melts all the ice and also imprisons the dragon. The good dragon was asking him to kill him, but Nezha says, "No, I will not kill you because you are my best friend." Now there are lightning from the sky and Nezha realized that it was a time for the curse. Because now Nezha's dad had taken the curse on himself, so his dad would have died. Nezha quickly tears the curse paper, because of which the curse had come back on Nezha. In this way, his dad is saved and Nezha starts dying. Before Nezha dies, the good dragon comes and tries to save Nezha to help him. Tenzin also come into the lightning, but he could not face God. It will happen the same what God had decided. Nezha and the good dragon had both died, but somewhere Tenzin had saved their souls. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.